that's more toward Hollywood.
Yeah, there is. It's on Hollywood Boulevard.
But the Cecil, I think that's the one that had Richard Ramirez, who's one of the people who had a room in there. It's like, no, thank you.
Well, that's the thing. But that period, nobody wanted to be downtown. It was a real place that like everyone was on the skids would go to. Now it's getting a little fancier. And earlier than that, it was a bit fancier. But in the 60s, 70s, and 80s, it was like a wasteland downtown LA.
Was it like the red light district, kind of?
No, it was just like it was like the land that time forgot because no one wanted to go shopping downtown anymore. They had built malls up all over in the suburbs, and so a lot of the stores went out of business. Like the famous, the Barker Brothers Furniture Factory, they all went out of business, and no one went there anymore. So it became like down and outs. Hence the growth of Skid Row.
I've visited all the movie sets. My favorite set is an abandoned warehouse on Lacey Street where James Wan filmed his first movie, Saw.
Oh, okay. Have you seen the Stockman building? It's right around behind where we live. Always in. It's in. Anytime they're showing a movie filmed in downtown LA, they'll use the Stockman building as the front. It's a red brick building.
There's another hotel. I can't remember what. It's not the Biltmore. It's something else. And they've filmed a lot of interesting movies in there. It'll come to me. But yeah,
the Rosslyn is another one. That's on 5th and Los Angeles. It's an old one. There was an SRO for a long time, so they have a lot of interesting stuff going on there.
But I've been to like all of the monuments. The Grand Ambassador Hotel. Well, it's not there anymore, but they have like a garden to honor Robert Kennedy.
Oh, okay.
That's, I guess, where he got shot. Was it 68, 69? Sounds about right. And for some reason, the water isn't on in the fountain. That's weird.
Have you been to the Norton Simon Museum in Pasadena? That's a good one.
I think I've driven past it.
It's on Colorado Boulevard, and there's also the Huntington Library is really good too. That's a good museum.
I've dropped a few people off. I thought it was a country club. It's huge.
Oh, they have a restaurant in there, but there's an art collection and also massive formal gardens. It's worth seeing before you go, actually. I think it's a really interesting place.
The Getty Art Museum is pretty interesting. The Getty family was like the Rothschild or the Carnegies of California.
We love the Getty. Really, the Getty Villa and the Getty Museum.
They recently made a movie with Michelle Williams. It's the one that Kevin Spacey, like the scandal where they had to reshoot his scenes, and it was based on the Getty family where this terrorist group abduct his grandson and he won't pay the ransom.
Yeah, John Paul Getty, they cut his ear off, didn't they?
I think so, yeah. He luckily survived. They were trying to get a ransom and he would not pay. I can kind of see the logic. If you have at least 10 people in your family, if you pay one, then people are going to start taking everybody.
Yeah, sooner or later you got nothing left.
It's better to lose an ear than your life, but still, that poor kid. I've driven past the Patty Hearst house. Well, her grandfather's house, anyway. They were one of the wealthiest families in California until she got taken by some Libyan or some kind of group, and then they made her take part in some bank robbery.
Yeah, that was the Cymbalese. That was the name of the group, the Cymbalese Freedom Front.
I think it was in the 74?
Probably.
Sounds right. Being in any of those families probably would be a curse. I've not been in the Brainwash Museum. It's named after the artist, but it's a very interesting art museum.
Where is that?
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
I think it's in Beverly Hills. They have cars that are hooked to the side of the building, like sideways, like sports cars. And it's just named after the author. I don't know what his first name is, but his last name is Brainwash. And I picked up a guy who was a guard there and dropped him off a few months ago. And for a small fee, you can get in and see various art.
I'll have to look into that. I've never heard of that.
no Rembrandt in there, but there wasn't any in the Broad Museum either. Another thing I don't miss about Florida is their toll fees.
Oh, yeah.
They charged me $100 to drive from Jacksonville to Miami to back to Jacksonville in one day.
That's a lot, $100,
That
Jesus.
is a lot.
You get that from every single car that does that.
Like 630 miles and charged you $1 a pop. Have you been to the Empire State Building whenever you've been
Oh,
to
sure.
NYC?
Empire State Building's kind of fun. Well, actually, we need to go to Hudson Yards one day this weekend. That's new for us.
Yeah, that's something